because I know that the way that I look at things is insane to most other people. I'm fully aware of this. I know this. And my argumentation and the way that I see things is just totally wrong in the eyes of most people. And the reason why, and that's the big reason why I have problems dealing with like other people a lot, is because my solutions to problems are oftentimes so extreme and so immoral and, you know, like inhumane that people, like, because I don't really see people as people in a lot of cases. I just see them as like an object or a functionary tool. And this has been a problem my whole life. And so basically, like, I have a very different perspective on the way that I see things in the world. You think about killing random people? Yeah, all the time. Constantly. All the time. Yeah, if somebody makes me mad or something like that, yeah, of course. I could not drive down the road without thinking about every pedestrian and if I could run them over or not. For like 3 months. I was going in on this because I spent so much time running people over on Call of Duty. It's the call of the void. You're describing psychopathy? Well, either way, I don't let things like this affect me at all or bother me. And then he pops her off. He shoots her right here. Yeah, there it is. You see right there. Oh, wow. And then he shoots her. Gotcha, bitch. And then he shoots her a couple more times to finish her off. Absolutely rip fucking bozo. The only thing you have to do is crush them. You crush them completely. You never go, like, after you say, basically after you run one of them over, right? Or you shoot one of them for trying to run you over, then you victory lap around it and you send in more people and you do it even more.
They have to crush the other side.
That's right. 100 fucking %. Destroy everything about them. Put the mayors in jail. Put the governors up on the Insurrection Act for sedition. Put all of the people that were doing the shit in front of the detention centers. Put them in mandatory prison labor camps. Authorize the police officers to respond with violence to them. Bring in the military if you need to. Look and find out who's funding this. Take those people. Charge them with incitement for terrorism. Put them in Guantanamo Bay. Like, I'm talking about scorched earth, Old Testament. Get them the fuck out. And by the way, my position is the moderate position. There are a lot of people in the audience that want to do way worse than that. A lot of people in the country that do. Yeah, 1 hour ago, 1,000 comments. Oh, people are crying about this. They're getting mad. Centrist, by the way, this is the centrist position. And you're going to cry about this. You're going to bitch about this. But you've got 3 more fucking years of it. And you know what else? Whenever the next election comes around, I and a lot of other people are going to vote for somebody who is even more extreme than Trump. Because I don't think Trump's doing enough. I do believe everything that I said. And I think that he should go even farther than that. So we got a guy, we got somebody on Twitter saying that I would rationalize gas chambers for people. Bro, take your meds. So we going straight to the Holocaust. Oh my God. I'm not going to cry a fucking river when people who have genocide that's baked into their laws are getting genocided. I don't give a fuck. They're terrible people. Y'all really got to dial down this rhetoric. Like, not everything's the Holocaust. Not everybody is Hitler. They are not the same as us. They come from an inferior culture, and it is directly antithetical to everything Western values stand for, and it is an inferior culture in all ways. You're making your side look like irrational, belligerent, unreasonable, psychotic extremists. They'd be doing the same thing. Oh my God. Who says that about somebody?
She's always talking about the Constitution provides me with... Go back to your own country and figure out your Constitution.
That's my boy. There it is. Oh my God. Wow. See, I've been waiting on it. Why we had to wait for this for so many years? We should have been doing this right off the bat. Oh my God. Prove it. Yes, this is what we want to see. Yeah. Get these fucking foreigners out of our country, come in here, try to micromanage and tell us, oh, this isn't what America's about. Bitch, shut the fuck up. You just came here 5 years ago. You're going to patronize everybody else. Who the fuck are you? You're talking about trying to work in the best interests of Somalia. Get the fuck out.
They actually took down information to give us a rate. However, when we left, we were then met with the police.
We received a complaint that, matching your description, we're in this building harassing the individuals who...
And he's trying to assume because they're Somali providers, everyone here is fraudulent.
Okay.
So we're another Karen. Yep.
This is a area that we're allowed to enforce trespassing ordinance.
And the Somali community is a very closed community, so everybody's in on it, and they don't want to talk, as you can see.
What would you have the police do instead if you were them? What would be your course of action? Genuinely curious. I would create a situation where the police would be afraid to defend these places because they would be worried about being persecuted. That would make it completely chaotic, and these people would then become terrorized by the people that are in this community that they are somehow trying to enable, right? And so the goal is for that to happen and to make it as unpleasant and awful for them as possible, so that way they realize the mistake that they've made. Not only is this a call for domestic terrorism, oh, of course, right? The thing is, like, listen, these losers are not even worth responding to. They're not. They're not even worth responding to or taking seriously. At the end of the day, they want to come off on the side of illiterate, un-American immigrant Somalians rather than actual Americans, right? And, you know, at that point, I wonder who's really the one that's committing treason, okay? So anyway, there's no reason to even take it seriously. They're just retarded. I'll tell you something. This low-income, ignorant, delusional, brain-dead, third-world importation of all of these illiterate people that can't speak English, that have no fucking skills, live off the government, and are effectively parasites on the United States of America is a class war. All the comments saying you're a Nazi? Guys, this is just like Adolf Hitler.
He is and remains a complete parasite, a scrounger, like a harmful bacteria always spreading further. His presence produces the effect of a parasitic plant. Wherever he settles, the people who welcome him will be wiped out eventually.
Because these fucking parasites have come in from other countries. They're stealing our money.
Parasites? How does it even make... What? They're parasites because they take a job? That's a...
Yes, of course they are. What is a parasite? A parasite attaches itself to a host country, stay with me here. It attaches itself to a host, and then it extracts nutrients, resources, and life force out of that for itself.
The effect of his existence resembles also that of parasites. Where he appears, the host people die out sooner or later.
You think Hitler was very fucking cool?
Yes, I do.
One of them,
and I'm tired of pretending he's not.
Well,
to be honest,
this is the problem. You see, it's a bit like when you just say, "I'm a racist." You're a racist who thinks Hitler's cool, but you're not anti-Semitic. If you're a Jewish person watching this, what are they thinking? You think?
Bro, we didn't shift the Overton window. We burned down the house. We burned down the whole motherfucking neighborhood. And I do think, by the way, I do think that for Nick Fuentes does genuinely represent a primordial id of the disenfranchised, disaffected Western man. And I think that whenever he says stuff like that, there is a catharsis that comes out of everybody who is watching, and they're like, yes, that's what I was saying. That's what I think. Like, logically, there would never be a universe where I would say that I liked Hitler. If I did like him, I'd lie and say I didn't like him. And if I didn't like him, I'd say that I didn't like him. So there's not really any sort of conversation to be had about it anyway. It's just common fucking sense, right? And so, you sure you'd get banned? Yeah, absolutely. If I was going out there and saying that Hitler was good, I would 100% get banned. This is especially true for young white men, right? Is that they have felt that they have been disenfranchised, disadvantaged, and there have been roadblocks put up in their lives that they don't think that they deserve to have, and they're angry about it, and they don't want to say sorry. They don't want to say, sorry, I don't like the idea that I'm being replaced or somebody who's a woman is getting an advantage over me anymore. The main reason why people like Nick Fuentes are trying to normalize and make Hitler like an acceptable figure to like make jokes about and say positive things about is because if you can break that stigma, you can effectively unlock a massive identity movement for white people. That's the reason why they're doing it. Said America is not white people's land, that's Europe. Well, it is. It is. It absolutely is white people's land. We fought a war over it. Duh, it got conquered. What? Absolutely it is. It's been our land for hundreds of years. Of course. The U.S. is not interested in freedom or democracy. It's interested in our oil. Yeah, maybe you're right. But hey, if we got a bigger gun, then we're going to get it. That's just the way it is. What the United States does criminal? Oh yeah, they're going to interview Venezuelans that are over there and unhappy. They're going to try to make it look bad, but no, it was actually a very good thing. So Cuba's days are numbered. Colombia isn't going to be doing this anymore. Okay, yeah, I could see there's definitely a trend here. You specifically said you'd be against foreign intervention and nation building. Why have you switched positions? If we can get enough money out of the place that we're intervening in, and we can effectively make it worthwhile for us, then I'd be okay with it. Does that make sense? So it's all about whether we're making money off of it. That's my primary function, is that I think about, is this good for Americans? And even though it costs civilian lives, yeah, who gives a shit? Like, I mean, if the thing is that if you're going to do this stuff, people are going to get killed. That's what's going to happen. It's going to happen for sure. I don't think Trump is doing enough. I think he should have federalized the National Guard and sent in the military on day 2. The second that they said that they weren't going to do anything and they weren't going to help ICE, I would have sent them in on day 2. Martial law also includes a curfew. Yeah, I want him to do that. Like, that's what I think they should do. And that way it just shuts this stuff down. And what the big problem is that people light stuff on fire, they destroy property, they basically just go apeshit, and nobody has anything happen. And the mayor said it was Trump's fault. Yeah, watched him bonk the dude with a horseback. Yeah, huge W. I mean, again, if you stand in the road, you should be ran over. I mean, I'm not really going to care a whole lot if that happens.
Hey, if someone is a part of a foreign terrorist organization, that you don't have to give them due process and they can be deported. Now, the agents that I talked to...
They have to prove that they were actually
they're part of the group.
MS-13.
Yeah. It's like a lot of these people that they're finding, they're not going to just go out and explain exactly what their process and methodology was for finding them, is because then the people that are also here can reverse engineer that. Like, I'm sorry, but like I'm a big fan of the 2 tiers. Okay? Like, we don't need to treat people that aren't citizens the same as we treat citizens. It's insane.
The scandal is actually going to draw more attention onto the Trump administration's effort to deport these migrants to this very hostile prison where some men say they've been tortured.
Yeah.
Shouldn't have been here illegally. That's what I think. Shouldn't have done it. Yep, nobody asked you to come here. Shouldn't have been here. Maybe then they'll watch this and they'll be like, okay, well, maybe I shouldn't show up then. Could this be a marketing ploy? Well, I think it should be. This says, doesn't mean they deserve to be tortured, though. I want to see what the conditions are. Well, here's the question. If they were being tortured, would I agree to not send them there? No, I don't care. Don't give a shit. Shouldn't have come here. And also, maybe that's a good thing now that they know. So they know what's on the table if you break the law, is you get sent to some fucking torture prison in El Salvador. Maybe then they'll stop showing up. I respectfully disagree with that. Deporting them is fine. There's people who deserve to not be tortured. Well, then they shouldn't have been here. That's the way it is. It's pretty obvious to me that a lot of mainstream media is trying to present, you know, like us sending these illegals and these migrants to El Salvador is like a bad thing. Now, in my opinion, I think it's great. I'm a big fan of it. I think we should do it more. And yeah, maybe Trump might respond or like scare them from doing it or not. But I think it's also very clear that the way that they report on these topics is extremely biased. Like, I think that these news places, I think that they should have their news licenses taken away. I do. And every press, tell people don't let Nazi take power. Don't ever listen to the press. The press is the enemy of the people. These international organizations like the UN and the WEF, those are also enemies of the people. They exist purely to subvert your goals, to destroy your country, and to advance their own globalist agenda. They don't care about France. They don't care about your culture. They don't care about your religion. They don't care about your history. They don't care about anything about you. All they they care about is using you as a vehicle to advance some worldview they have. Never listen to any of them. If it was up to me, they would all be defunded and probably just made illegal because they're effectively government organizations that are working against the people. That's it. I would never fund a single fucking cent. That's what I would do. These international organizations that want to complain about human rights have no loyalty to anything other than their ideology. They have no loyalty to any group of people. They have no loyalty to any country. They have no loyalty to any culture. All they do is sit around and complain. Human rights? Get the fuck out of here. They're eating the cats and dogs. Do you remember that? Do you want to know why that was an important call to action? Because it was supposed to indicate that these people are not like us. Now, in my opinion, I'd eat a cat. I'd eat a dog. If it was somebody I didn't like, I'd eat them. I don't give a fuck. But I wouldn't base morality off of the ways that I think about things. I just wouldn't. I would, like, in general, one thing I've learned in my years is that I have a moral compass, but it doesn't point north.